And what a game here as Johnson kicks towards the goal, and oh my god, Singh makes a fantastic save. But I believe he hit his nuts on the goalpost. He is down. Let us have a closer look at instant replay. Not only just self-sacrifice on this play, but sacrificing future generations as well. Obviously going all out for his team, saving the ball right here, but also losing two on the play, putting his balls on the line. Let us have a moment of silence for this man's fallen brothers. As you see right here, he got to the ball and so did...
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you doing today? I hope everyone had a great weekend. I got one of the new clips in before showtime, but I still have some work to do on the other ones. Actually, I want to add to that one. I don't want to just be that bit, but right now that's what we got. So yeah, but I want to change it up a little bit. I hope everyone had a good weekend. It's Monday, baby, and if you go to my YouTube page, you might notice that there's only Monday and Wednesday scheduled. I know a couple weeks ago or a week or two ago, I said that my mom was coming to visit. She ended up not coming, but I still didn't do the show on Friday for other reasons. So she might be coming this weekend. So if she's not, then I'll update. I'll add I'll add a show to Friday. If she is, then we already know what to expect. But let me say hi to everybody. Ooh, pardon me. Bush McFadden, Kai, he's our guy. If he can't do it, no. Wait. How you doing, man? Hey, Kitty Bear. Good morning, Vi. World. I want to watch more The Imperfects, but I finished the season already. What's that about? I've never heard of it, I don't think. ¿Qué pasa, cariño? Papa Cotton, ¿cómo estás, baby? Hola, chola. I like the Latino dude in The Imperfects. Chuppy is my favorite character. What is The Imperfects? I went and got a slice of ham, ate it. My dog is very upset that she didn't get any. Like, hey, what didn't you learn to share? Cookies. I do have cookies tonight, actually. I do have cookies tonight.
Cookies? Yes, me accept. Me click yes, cookies. Where cookies? Cookies, cookies, no cookies. What is real? Me trust nothing.
Yeah, tatas. You gotta start paying attention to labels. You're gonna slide crickets in your cookies. Yeah, that's true, huh? You know what it is? At first they'll be like, now with crickets, or there will be like the cricket variation of a thing, little by little. But then again, you ask the guy from Man vs. Wild or Bear Grylls or whatever, you ask him, and he'll be like, it's better than slugs. That's how you play soccer. That guy was nuts. Apparently 1,000 schools in Australia are selling bugs to kids. Hey, what's up, Hoff? Let me know for Thursday this week. Thursday this week? Thursday's probably a no. I don't remember what time you do your thing, but I'm gonna be on what's it called? I'm gonna be on the Thursday Night Throwdown on Comics Division this week. So that's why I haven't cut my hair yet. I was gonna cut it this weekend, but I said, nah, I'm gonna let it grow out a little more. So I've got a nice fresh cut, like 1-2 days in, maybe. Not like a 4 or 5 day when it's kind of growing out a little bit. So I'm gonna look good. And y'all don't know, y'all might not know this, because you can't really tell through the webcam, but Comics is a good looking dude. Like, I seen him and I was like, that's a good looking motherfucker right here. Shit. Like, you in the camera, maybe it's the angle, maybe I don't know what I don't know what it is. But he's better looking in person. But yeah, I gave her some ham earlier. Try not to give her too much human food. Probably a good idea, man. Especially if when you don't really know what to cook with. How's it going, B-Dubs? Vigilante Williamson. How you doing, man? Cricket cookies? Damn, they poison everything. Yeah, crickets are poisonous, just like the monarch butterfly. You gotta watch out. Teenagers genetically modified by mad scientists' abilities are a little off. They are searching for him to fix them. I think that's what it's about. What are we talking? Oh, the show. Hey, how you doing? Always censored. Did I say hi? I didn't. I don't know if I even realized. No, I did not. I just read your chats, but I didn't actually say hi. Hey, good to see you, man. Look up chitons. Bugs are bad for people. What are chitons, Holmes? Chitons, homie. Chitons are marine monarchs of varying size in the class Polyplacophora, formerly known as Amphoonera, about 940 extant and 430 fossil species are recognized. Okay, this is sea life. I don't want to. The Imperfects is on Netflix. Was released, I think, 4 to 5 days ago. It's a crazy scientist superhero conspiracy. It had better cliffhanger than Cobra Kai. It's better than MCU garbage. Well, that's not really a high bar to be better than the MCU right now. You sent me the DM and didn't reply. Just saying. Oh, what? Let me check, because I've known for a couple weeks about this Thursday. Where you at? Hold on. What am I looking for, Hoff? Shit, man. Was I supposed to meet up with you this Thursday? Why can't I find you? Give me a second. I'm just going to use this handy dandy search feature. Oh, that's right. Instagram. I did that same shit last time too. Okay. Got you. 7 Pacific. Yeah, I'm gonna be busy this Thursday, but otherwise on Thursdays, yeah, it works. So yeah, normally I could go straight from like This Week in Bullshit to join you like an hour later, if the show goes a little long. But this time, sorry, man, not this week, but next week I'm down. I watched an episode of Bear Grylls. He ate a bunch of caterpillars, explaining how to tell them apart from the other ones, and proceeded to shit his brains out behind a tree. I heard comics has dreamy eyes. I couldn't tell through my mask. Yeah, bro, his eyes are like really, they're like sky blue. It's okay. I'm not cool enough for Kai. I get it. Well, like I spaced on getting back to you on the message, so sorry about that. Or I would have told you, because I knew at the beginning of I think just after the meetup that, or no, it was like a couple weeks ago now. I've known for a couple weeks that this particular Thursday I'm busy, but sorry I spaced on getting back to you, man. Comics is also not short as people think. He's average human sized. See, I thought I was a little bit above average, but then they were like, oh no, the average height is like 5'8" now. I was like, what? Yo, Mexicans been having a lot of babies to get that average down. Honestly, I found it better than Cobra Kai too. Marijuana affects the memory. It's cool if you can't, though. Kai, if you could become a chupacabra, would you? No, man. Yo, I heard something about the chupacabras. I was watching, what's her name? The Cryptid Huntress, and she was talking about other stuff, but they mentioned the chupacabra, and she said she said that she did like a remote viewing one time of the region, or of, I don't remember if it was she was looking for the chupacabras or if she was just looking around that area for something else and found this. But apparently down in like El Salvador area, like southern Mexico, somewhere down there, Puerto Rico, like a hurricane hit, and they got out, but they were like a government experiment. And so apparently that's how Chupacabra came to be, because that shit did not always exist. But yeah, that's what it is. Hold on. Let me reply to this. All right, there you go, man. I got you. All right, cool. All right, I got your half. I replied on Instagram. Watch this later. Man, you making me come over here to click on shit. Getting worse. Crickets in food, unsafe allergy. Cancer. Quietly adding crickets to food. Okay. Sure, man. Riverside homestead life. I wonder where, like, what state they're in. All right. Cool. Thanks, man. I'll check it out. I got a tab open now. I get it. You'll watch Kai. Kai won't. You'll watch it. Kai won't. Watch what? No, I got the. What are you talking about? I got this shit open right now. I'll watch it later. My YouTube queue, I've got it down to almost nothing right now. Check that one out later. All right. Cheers, Kai. What's up, Bamboo Soldier? Midgets, if you're not 6 feet tall. I'm like this far away from 6 feet. Like my mohawk, 6 feet falls somewhere between my head and the top of my mohawk. Speaking video game history, Super Mario's was first released in Japan on 9/13/1985. Dude, that's freaking awesome. Super Mario, first released in Japan, 9/13. So that's tomorrow. Well, actually, I guess it's today for most of y'all, and we're gonna bleed into today. So when it turns midnight for me, we'll wish Super Mario a happy birthday. Chupacabras. Oh, it's chupacabra? No, I thought it was chupacabras, because they suck on the calf. Chupa, you know. Chupacabras. Chupacabrones. Average height is going down. What happened to that growth hormone in the burgers that made Americans tall? I know, right? We also used to. Yeah, so supposedly, well, that's the thing. That's why I said Mexicans be having a lot of babies, because they're short. It's going to take a generation or two for the growth hormone to kick in, because right now they're eating home cooked meals. Silly of them. Don't they know about the growth hormone? Why wouldn't they eat fast food like the rest of us? Like, greetings and salutations, one man show. Chupacabra is in the imperfects. The Juan becomes one. His girlfriend is Chupi. Okay. All right. Makes sense why the Chupacabra thing came up. Yeah, from Puerto Rico originally. Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. I was thinking it was because Puerto Rico is, like a territory of the United States. So I figured it would be there, because Puerto Rico, like, those countries wouldn't necessarily do those experiments, but we would. And we do them somewhere where it's not far, but it's not close. Chupacabra's gonna have to hustle to get up here. He's gonna have to haul ass. Maybe he could have rode the backs of trains like all the little kids did. Mexicans, Chinese, bro, they're like 15% of the whole planet, and they are short. That's true. I thought the average was like for the country, because different countries have different averages. That's why I thought it was regionalized. Chuppy is my favorite character besides Finch. I said later. We are now 13 days into World War II if it was 1939. Damn, that would suck. But with much better weed. Chupacabra is friends with Juan Solo. I said girlfriend calls it Chuppy. Oh, okay. Tell that to Yao Ming. The one motherfucker, you're the one example of like a tall Chinese person. Everyone else, like every other race, you can be like, yo, I can name this tall person, I can name that, but no, not with Chinese. It's just Yao. It's always Yao Ming. Name a tall Chinese person. Yao Ming. Name another one. Fuck off. Northern Chinese are taller. Yeah, like Yao Ming tall. I don't know, man. Maybe it's all that Mongolian blood. Okay, I've seen this shit. You need to read Chupacabra more carefully. Yao Ming Ming. Real guy. Chupacabra is my name on Discord. Oh, okay. Huh. Yo, I haven't been on Discord in a minute. I feel like Discord is missing something to make it work. You know what I mean? There's just something missing to pull it all together. But let me see here. Hold on, y'all. All right. All right, we're gonna start with video game stuff. Okay. I thought this was pretty funny. Chupacabra cabra. Chewbacca cabra, Kai. Chewbacca cabra. Just so you know, if the Asians wanted to, they would have 2 guards for every non-Asian in the world. Think about who is a minority. Yeah, but nah, that shit would not work. Is that can't really be. That's not how many people they have. 2 guards for every non-Asian in the world. That means that they would have to be 2/3 of the planet's population. They would have to be 2/3. 15% does not 2 for 1 every other person on the planet. So mathematically, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know how do I express my sentiments about this?
That does not make sense. Why would a Wookiee, an 8-foot-tall Wookiee, want to live on Endor with a bunch of 2-foot-tall Ewoks? That does not make sense.
I said I needed to read it more carefully, and he failed it 2 more times. Chupacabra, where are you at? Papa Cotton. Chupacabra. Chewbacca cabra. Okay, yeah, you were saying Chewbacca cabras. Or did I read it Chewbacca cobras? That's why I don't use it for my YouTube channel name anymore. Get monetized already, Kai, so we can spring for a pair of reading glasses for you. I don't need reading glasses. I need chocolate. You send me cookies if you want to help. There's a link to my Ko-fi. Where is it? Son of a bitch. All right, hold on. There we go. Should work. Yeah. On the bottom left, there's a little link to my Ko-fi there. Huh? And then it's also got links to A Mighty Muse. If you haven't read A Mighty Muse, it's got what's it called? Son of a bitch. The Dying Village, which I need to write the second part for. Or actually, the second part would have a different title, but To Fix a Broken World. I need to write part 2 for that one. Old man Kai is catching up quick. Cricket flour cookies. Check how big Asia is and what counts as Asia. Yeah, but that's still a lot of people. Even if 1/3 of the planet is Asians, that's still not enough. Even if half the planet is Asians, literally Asians, for that percentage to work, for 15% Chinese population to 2-for-1 every non-Asian in the world, that would mean that 15% would need to double every non-Asian in the world, which means 7.5%. 7.5%, is that how the demographics of the planet work out? That 7.5% of the planet is not Asian? You know
That
what?
does not make sense. Why would a Wookiee, an 8-foot tall Wookiee, want to live on Endor with a bunch of 2-foot tall Ewoks? That does not make sense.
Chewie speaks English. He's just an asshole. India, world's biggest democracy. India, China, Russia. Isn't it also the world's most inefficient one? You should tell that to Indians. 60% of the world's population Asian. So, Asian demographically or non-Asian as in, like, because you mentioned Russia, like, or Asian as in, oh, that was Bush, my bad. That was Bush. 60% of the world's population. Okay, 60, that includes that 15%. That means 40% of the world is not Asian, which that's still more than 15%. Kitty Bear, you're like, hey, but it's a lot though. It's still not enough. What are you smoking on tonight, Kai? Shit, I don't remember. I got some Jack the Ripper and something else, but I don't remember what I've got poured out right now. Speaking of which, let me get ready for another one. Another one. All right. Indonesia and the rest around there, around 1 billion. I don't know, man. Yes, Chupacabra spake English. Chewie was into midgets. Wookiee lives matter. Russia less than half the population of USA and land, but land bigger. Yeah, big swaths of Russia are completely unpopulated. Check, dude, 60% is Asian, and they didn't count Russians and Arabs as Asians. They're all divided anyway. You can have all people in the world, but no unity. Not much can happen. Asian as the continent, guy. I think USSR, Japan, etc. 20% world population is Chinese. I thought we said it was 15. Just asked so I could tell you. And even if it is 20, that's still 4 times less than they need. They would need 40% of the world's population, which means they would need an extra. They would need to double that and then double that again to get a 2-for-1 over everyone. I just asked so I could tell you about mine, you rude bastard. Wookiee lives matter. What are you smoking on tonight, Pop Cotton? But yeah, Asia would need to be 66% Asian to 33% non-Asians everywhere else in order to have 2 Asians to everyone non-Asian. Yeah, but Bush, he said Chinese. He said specifically the Chinese could have a 2-for-1 on everyone. So that don't work. And then this still doesn't work. I mean, what you're saying is right. It would need to be 66% to 33%. That's the math. Oh, yeah, what's this? Many Chineses in other countries, 1 2 million in Australia. We only 25 million. Well, you're really close, geographically. No, I said Chinese. He said Asians. Oh. Well, whatever. Y'all are being inconsistent. I've got white Tahoe cookies, flour, and mother's milk dabs. Nice. No, I said Asians could have 2 to 1. Okay, well, it's still not quite that. But that would also mean that the entire population would have to be engaged in that specific activity, which is not going to happen. Smoking some Red Bulls. Cheers. You had to do the math. It's close. We the people could have millions to 1. We outnumber them by billions. Yeah, we the people, the 99%, right? We the people could outnumber the controllers and the repurposers out there. Did the old man already go to bed? Did I miss him? Oh, hello, Kai. Hey, Eve.
Evening there, Eve. It's great to see you. You're always a delightful presence in my chat. I really appreciate you being here. How was your weekend?
Old man napping.
No, not right now. I'm not. Actually, I kind of want some cookies. All right, where's the button for this? How do I go get cookies? Oh, there we go. Let's do this one here.
Go,
You ready?
Yeah. Go, Calvin.
He's about to start it. Oh! There it is! There it is! There it is! There it is! He's going and going. Energize the bunny! That's what I'm talking about. Keep it going! Keep it going! Keep it going! You got it! You got it! You got it! Oh, sh**! Oh, sh**!
Oh, okay.
Hey! All right, I'm back. Sorry, I'm a little slow. My back isn't what it used to be. It's what happens with old age.
All right. Love that, old man. Weekend was good, unlike this dude with a rolling brain injury. What? Who's got a rolling brain injury? Oh, the guy that just... I just played the clip. I was like not watching. I forgot what I played. All right. Let's talk about this. In the early days of EverQuest, a cheater and a designer waged a secret war from a San Diego gaming store. One of New World's key developers actually got his start by breaking EverQuest. In the year 2000, we've managed to avoid technical annihilation at the hands of the Y2K bug. Tina Fey and Seth Meyers are helping SNL still be funny, and somehow every mall has decided that we should all be listening to Creed. But game developer Geoffrey G.Z. Zatkins wasn't at the movie theater watching Remember the Titans. He was standing in legendary San Diego game shop, Game Empire, watching people play his team's brand new MMO. That game was EverQuest. Some people weren't just playing EverQuest, they were breaking it in half. Why would a developer go to a game shop to work on his game instead of staying at the studio? There were no game laptops. No one had Wi-Fi. Remote work, as we know it, certainly didn't exist yet. Our dev tools at the time were prehistoric, laughs Zatkins today. EverQuest was the first 3D MMO ever. Resources were tight, the team was small, and they were sailing into uncharted waters without a map. With a custom-built game engine and no development time anywhere in sight to build reporting tools, if Zatkins wanted to observe players and see how the systems were working, he had to load into a GM character, cast a super invisibility spell on himself, teleport to the zone, and stand around while they fought monsters. EverQuest was an experimental game in every sense of the word, and everyone on the small team working on it wore many hats. One of the hats GZ wore was designing the magic system top to bottom. Brad McQuaid, producer, came by at one point and was like, "Hey, Geoff, how many spells are we up to? I said 450, and he just stopped. He'd been expecting like 50. So in looking for a way to observe players using the magic system come naturally, most EverQuest GM's powers ended up being spells that Zatkins designed. He liked to have fun with the spells too. A particular early website with information about EQ was Caster's Realm, run by an Australian named Greg Short. One of the site's biggest draws was a detailed list of the game's spells. They got a lot of information by scraping beta server patch notes, which was not without some risk. One year, right around April 1st, I put up a patch to beta where I nerfed the most popular spell of every class except one, whose signature spell I buffed. Jeezy says, I just put it up with no notes as a friendly reminder that what went to beta was for testing. It's the only time I've been called at 1 a.m. by my boss. Brad called me up and went, "The forums are on fire. What did you do?" With EverQuest blowing expectations out of the water and becoming a worldwide phenomenon, so much so, he's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Look, you don't get to know everything. So with EverQuest blowing expectations out of the water and becoming a worldwide phenomenon, so much so that they overloaded the service provider and crashed the internet for a large swath of San Diego. Damn. For a week. Damn. GZ needed a better way to understand how his players were playing. Game Empire provided just such an opportunity with computers set up to be rented hourly and a cable connection. It was like a pro internet cafe, and the shop was full of pro tour Magic players, Warhammer 40k tournament champions, and future game developers, lots of whom were obsessed with EverQuest. One of those players was David Fay. David was a Warhammer guy and former Ultima Online player who helped convince the store owner to install EverQuest on all his machines. Fay was able to transfer his skills, finding the optimal army composition or magic deck or UO crafting strategy to a new game, one with way more players. I didn't have more players than Magic, but I get where you're coming from, guy. At the time, almost no one had set up a home to run multiple characters at once. Computers were expensive. We still paid for internet by the hour, and the time it took to level up a character in EverQuest was preposterous. Information was scarce as well. Apart from a few fan sites, and an embarrassingly bad player's guide, no one knew which quests gave good experience, where to farm platinum pieces, or what your spells did until you bought them from the vendor. All of this combined to make the games shop the perfect situation for players looking for an edge, with lots of high-skill gamers, 8 computers with within literal arm's reach, and the ability to actually talk to one another in Meet Space. We're a couple years before TeamSpeak here, let alone Discord. Faye and others like him were able to find some pretty good strategies that, unbeknownst to them, were being watched over their shoulders by one of the guys who wrote them. One was a little known quest that involved a thirsty dwarf and a liquor called Tumpy Tonic. By going from the dwarf capital of Caladim to the Ocean of Tears, you could buy some Keola nuts from a friendly elf. Once you waited, okay, I'm not going to read all that shit. Then you took the brew back to the thirsty dwarf from Freeport another hour, handed it in, and got a bit of cash for some experience. Or you could do what David Fay did and set up a syndicate. I recruited all the local guild members. We had multiple master tailors making bags, 6 people doing port runs to go get nuts so we can avoid the boat ride, 4 master brewers standing at the brewing stations and knew exactly when the guy would spawn so we could turn it all in. Faye says, to this day, he's still proud of the scheme. Their operation was so successful, they eventually started turning extra profits and selling fully leveled characters on eBay. At the time, it was the Wild West for digital objects. eBay and other sites hadn't started policing digital transactions yet, and developers were way behind the ball. An associate professor economist at Calgate Fullerton wrote a paper in which he came to the conclusion that the GNP, gross national product of EverQuest, was somewhere between Russia and Bulgaria. The EverQuest platinum piece was worth more than Japanese yen. So his operation was slick, but it didn't last long. A month or two of long days farming tonics water. Word had gotten out. Players on every server were making beer runs across the Ocean of Tears, and the devs had gotten wise in no small part due to GZ's reconnaissance. GM started showing up and nuking the quest guy. Faye says ruefully. He changed his sleep pattern to operate while the service staff were asleep, but even that was not enough. Eventually, they brought down all servers, and when they came back up an hour later, the patch notes had one line: "The Trumpitonist quest has been removed." They fucking took down the game for one quest to fix one quest. The cat and mouse game would continue unabated for months. Oh shit. For months, binding a Shadow Knight in the arena in Kale and killing frost giants by death looping harm touches. What's it called? Maxing people's combat skills by exploiting duels with charmed pets, and no shortage of other shenanigans were hot fixed by the watchful developers. Eventually, though, the schemer and the scheme blocker became friends, bonding over a shared love of Warhammer 40k, EverQuest, and other things geeky. David and Geoff started spending more time with one another. Then Faye finally learned that Zatkins worked. Where Zatkins worked. I remember it was months later, and Geoff invited me to a LAN party at his work. We drove over, and it was at SOE. He says, brutal. Faye's love of game systems stayed with him even after his EverQuest schemes dried up. When Geoff Zatkins broke off from game development 10 years later and started a data business called Eddar with Greg Short from the fan sites Castle Realm. He knew just who to bring on the team because David was so good at dissecting things from EverQuest. He was a very easy choice for our first hire to analyze games. So eventually David found himself on the other side of the screen 2017. Oh my god, dude, that's fucking funny. Like they're sitting there like scheming and like, okay, so let's do this. And meanwhile, the developers are sitting there like, oh, motherfuckers. Okay, yeah, gotcha. That was great. Oh my god. I had to chat on the whole time. Old fart, Kai. Old fart. Old fart. What you mean? You mean like this? You win, but there are still more Asians than blacks or whites. Yeah, I do the whites 2-1, and they do blacks 2-1. Yeah, I do white and black 1.5 to 2. See, the thing is, you know how you jokingly say when you have a kid and you have like a short person, and you're at a restaurant, and they say, how many? 2.5. And then your short buddy says, fuck you. You know, because they're short, looking up. See, Asians, do they count for one when you're doing math like that? Like, I mean, imagine your average Chinese person fist fighting Shaq. I don't know, how would that go? Because, or Brock Lesnar. Bro, he could just like charge in a straight line through a crowd of them. And it would be like in the cartoons. He'd be swatting like a fucking gorilla. And you'd see Chinese people just flying in the air like in Kung Fu Hustle. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think like technically the math is right, but really when you do the equations, it doesn't work out quite like that. Okay, you bust me up, Blink. 1.5 to 1. Seth Meyers was funny. You couldn't do a weekly update without laughing. Well, it was funny because they were being deadpan about the nonsense. Like the Naked Gun or Hot Shots, Seth laughed the whole time. Weekend update. Fuzzy Kai. I played. I'm not getting the data dip, so it's probably on your end. But it might be on mine. Who knows? Maybe it's YouTube. I played a game once with a game dev / game master as my guild leader. I didn't know that for a long time until he banned a player right in front of me. I think a fleck of spit hit the camera. Nah. Then the whole thing would be, it would still be blurry. Or it dried up good. Back when I played Dark Age of Camelot, I was offered €1,000 for each of my accounts. Never sold them. Now they rest in electronic heaven because they are gone. Oh my god, dude. That's a bummer. Because the game's down, or like you quit playing, or what happened? That's rough, dude. Geoff is pronounced Jeff. I know it doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. And because it doesn't make sense, I'm not going to call them Jeff. I go, hey, Geoff, it's pronounced Jeff. It's not spelled Jeff. Well, but it's pronounced Jeff. So, like, if I just put a Q at the front of my name, would I still be Kai? Well, I technically, no. It's Kwai. Shaq would say something nice and hug the little guy, who would then forget why they were fighting. It'd be like, he'd be so scared, and then Shaq just gives him a hug, and he's like, "Oh, it's a gentle giant. Oh, thank God." Never underestimate a short guy. At the age of 13, I knocked out a 24-year-old with a single hit. Next day, he came back with 2 of his friends and kicked me into the hospital. Ah, that sucks, dude. That's what a punk ass bitch. If I was one of his friends, I would have rolled up and been like, whoa, wait, whoa, hold on, whoa. Hey, kid, how old are you? 13. You got knocked out by a 13-year-old? I'm not helping you. Fuck off. You got knocked out by a 13-year-old. I'm going to go tell everybody that you then asked us to come do this. Oh my God, dude. Edco is pronounced Edwin. No, it's Edco. The server no longer exists and it died because they fucked the game up. Ah. That's rough, dude. Edco's pronouns are tss and sh. Yeah, man, that's rough. That's definitely one of those things that if, you know, I don't know. That's a bummer. All right. Next. In video game history. But the first U.S. video game studio to unionize is shutting down. So, the first video game studio in the U.S. to unionize is shutting down on Wednesday. Beastbreaker developer Video Games. Oh, Vodio Games. My bad. Vodio Games announced it had failed to secure funding to produce an additional release beyond its debut title. Despite a year of avid efforts, we've become unable to secure funding for our next project from publishers and investors. Vodio Games said in a tweet, spotted by Polygon, as such, we've run out of funds and aren't able to keep the team together. And there simply is no Vodio without our incredible team. Vodio Games was founded in 2021 by Threes designer Asher Vollmer. The studio released its first game that year. According to Vodio's website, it had been working on a new project before today's announcement. The studio will complete work on the Steam version of Beastbreaker before closing shop. At the end of last year, Vodio's all-remote team of 13 successfully unionized. With Code CWA, the Communications Workers of America's campaign to organize digital employees. Despite the management of Vodio Games recognizing the studio's union, the two sides never came to a bargain agreement. According to Vodio Workers United, negotiations came to an end when it became apparent the studio could not secure additional funding. The group said it would share what it learned with other industry workers to help them organize their workplaces. Since workers at Vodio unionized, employees at other studios have attempted to follow suit, most notably the QA division at Activision's Raven Software, which voted in May to form the Game Workers Alliance. More recently, quality assurance staff at Blizzard Albany, formerly Vicarious Visions, filed for a union election. So the first studio. See, the thing is, when you're starting a new game studio, you can't just think about launching a successful game. That's not enough. You have to think about sustaining the studio in the long term. And when you sell a product that has essentially it's a work of art, and it's not really a niche market anymore, video games, but if you can get a regular amount of money every month, if you can get some income coming in every month, make sales every month, or sell items every month, or to do something to bring in money on a regular basis, then you can sustain that project and make another one on the side. And then you can expand your library a little bit. But I think new game studios should focus on creating a game that is going to be sustainable and that's going to bring in regular income. So yeah, I don't know. That's just what I think about that. When people make a game, like an indie studio makes a game that is a one-time sale, I'm like, okay, good luck. I hope you sell a lot, because like you need to make a lot of money. You might need to pay back investors, and then after that, you need to be able to pay your workers until the next game comes out. So yeah, man, it's rough. But if you don't have the right trajectory, or your game doesn't just pop off like a huge hit, then you're in trouble. I got the last laugh though. All three guys are dead. They had a little accident involving a car and a tree. Oh man, that sucks. Like immediately after they beat you up, after they jumped you. Wow, that's some mega karma. That's instant. 2021 to 2022 RIP unions, but geez, man, if you're in your 20s, like beating up a 13-year-old, jumping a 13-year-old 3-1, something wrong with you. Drugs, booze, and driving a car do not work out well most of the time. Yeah, that sounds about right. You like that sounds like the kind of person, like someone who's out drinking and driving and not giving a shit, like, and then beating up 13-year-olds. Like someone that beats up 13-year-olds, I could see him easily drinking and driving and disregarding other laws and logical limitations. Pahingi jacket host. What? How's it going, Kumar Vind? Jacket host. Huh. How you doing, man? Nice to meet you. I'm Faden. Good night. All right, Boosh, you have a good one, man. Take care of yourself. All right, so that's all for video games tonight. So that studio now goes into video game history. So I hope One Man Show is still here, because I know he cooks. This might interest him. Why it pays to flip your steak often on the grill. Steaks are juicy, packed with melted fat, and oh so tender compared to chicken pork. There are so many cuts of steak to choose from. Feeling fancy for the evening? Go with a filet mignon or a porterhouse. Win the lottery? Buy that tomahawk steak. On a budget, no problem, because sirloin and strip steaks will always be there for you. Per my Chicago steak. Whichever meaty route you embark on, etc., etc. Translation, okay. The heat of the grill breaks the meat's fatty acids into smaller molecules that are more volatile. These volatiles are responsible for the steak's aroma, which accounts for the majority of its flavor. Translation, grilling steak helps it smell better, which makes it taste better. Science World backs this up by explaining that taste is 80% of how food smells to us. But when it comes to grilling steaks, many home cooks believe in the one flip method, that is, just flipping the steak once and calling it a day. But what happens when you flip a steak multiple times? Much quicker cooking. Feeling impatient and pained with hunger? Try the frequent flipping method. This is a result of quick cooking times and steaks that have an even cook, as noted by Serious Eats. The site explains that the more you flip your steak, the less chance it has to cool on the exposed side. In other words, flipping your steak often keeps the temperatures hot and even on both sides. Furthermore, frequent flipping will result in a cook time that Serious Eats states is 30% quicker than flipping it only once. And in terms of how often you should flip the steak, food scientist Harold McGee recommends one flip every 60 seconds should do the trick. That's not even that much. The former source also explains that consistently flipping steak will make it cook evenly on the inside. During an experiment, Serious Eats found that flipping a steak just once resulted in a gray ring between the outer edges and the center. On the other hand, the frequent flipping method didn't show as many gray areas, and the pink center was much more uniform throughout the inside of the meat. If you're worried that a seared crust won't be able to form with this method, cookbook author Adam Perry Lang fixes this with a simple herb brush, which he uses to baste the steak multiple times per side. Think of this as slowly layering on a crust after every flip so you can get those textural contrasts that make steak so irresistible. Yeah, easy fix. There you go. So I don't usually cook steak at home very often, but for when I do next time, I'm going to try this. I'm going to see how this goes. Erica Gardens. Hey, Erica. How you doing? An easy mark is an easy mark. The guy who was almost twice as tall as me, and if I have to guess 3 times my weight, he was shooting at me with a BB gun. I yelled at him to stop it. He walked up to me and said, or what? Jesus, dude. What a loser. I will hit you. He bent down and showed me his cheek to dare me to hit him, so I whacked him. And then he got his friends. Jeez, man.
As we know, there are nubs in Japan, there are nubs in Peru, there's nubs in Indonesia and elsewhere.
Once again,
I see pride. Junior, I see power. I see a badass mother who won't take no crap off of nobody.
That's right.
Right. Junior Bevel.
I know, actually, I just realized why that guy came back with his friends.
Emotional damage! Where's the therapy button?
Way to go, kitty bear. You're giving people emotional damage. Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Let me see what's the next one. We used to shoot each other with BB guns all the time when we were little. Yeah, but some random asshole shooting you with a BB gun? That's different. Like if you and your friends are shooting each other with BB guns, okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine. Have fun. Yeah, but like just shooting random like teenagers when you're an adult, like 24 too, not 21, not 20, not even 22, like first couple years of drinking age. No, 24, bruh. That's shitty. That's someone whose parents didn't raise them right. Papa Cotton, yes, but he both just lead or with darts. He was shooting darts. Ouch. Yeah, man, I was like 7. Yes, I am still here. Catherine is not. For a long time, I thought frequent flipping steak was simple logic. Who knew it was a secret technique? Yeah, like it's probably a thing that's not. It's not a secret technique. It's known, but people think, yeah, but like that's not how you do it. It's a way to do it, but you don't get the, like it said about the crust, about the crusting and stuff. It's you know, there's a solution to it. It's just the popular way is to just flip it one time, but these are reasons to do it multiple times. They are making me shrink. All right. How to tame your emotions and make better choices. Aligning rational and emotional information processing. Emotions can improve choices, but can interfere with cognition. Make a habit of reviewing how emotions impact your outcomes. Focus on creating alignment between your rational and emotional processes. To do this, it can be helpful to practice deep breathing, mindful listening, modulation, and improvement. Have you noticed that you rarely think at your best when you get really upset? As I watched the Will Smith slapping incident at the Oscars earlier this year, I was reminded of how a simple comment from another individual can trigger wildly different behavior in us. Similarly, when we are experiencing fear, whether it's physical or psychological, we tend to be less focused on long term outcomes. Although this is natural, many people live in this chronic stress induced narrow lens type of decision making. It makes complete sense if you're escaping a traumatic or dangerous situation, but it's important not to make it a habit. Repeatedly making these types of choice patterns creates chronic decision fatigue as well as other issues. The other day, I was trying to commute to work to give a presentation at a conference. I factored in normal traffic and wasn't even running late. But during my short 2 mile trip, I nearly hit all forms of detours, construction, accidents, and delays. It took nearly 45 minutes of driving. Worse, I thought it could outsmart my maps and kept looking for shortcuts, all of which ended up with detours and construction. No matter what choice I made, I just kept getting worse. And I allowed all that stress to alter my mood. Most of us would agree that anger and fear destroy our decision making, but we are a little less sure of how other emotions, including joy, sadness, and indifference, might impact our decision process and quality. Our rationality, one major theoretical model of how the human brain works, posits that we rationally assess what we intend to achieve and work on the best path to get there. Of course, we all know this is not reality at all. I mean, I guess it should be, but okay. Emotions affect our brain's internal circuitry and disrupt patterns of rational thought. While disruption can be good, like disrupting negative habits, it can also be quite destructive. Unless we stop to think about it, we are often unaware of how important our mood and emotions are in our daily choices, especially those that involve our precious resources, such as time or money. But if you think back on some of the big decisions you've made throughout the years, a specific emotion will usually be attached, whether sadness, joy, rage, jealousy, or anxiety. Some emotion probably helped you quit that job. Some emotion probably was involved when you were negotiating for that expensive car or decided to open up your own business. While I would love to think that we have perfectly rational minds that ponder if we need anything, what the best alternatives are, endlessly research pros and cons, and then analyze and elect the best one, we just don't. At least the majority of us don't. Some people might, but it's not the norm. Emotional alignment. It is weird that it's not the norm. Like, why don't you take time to assess your choices, especially when you're spending a bunch of money? That's just nuts, man. They are making me shrink. I prefer good tasting steak to good looking. Kai, hey Becky, how you doing over there? You had a surgery, right? You recovering well? Kai, go here and just look. What worldometers? Wonder what I have to delete. Try 4. What? I don't follow, Eve. Our emotions range from really positive to really negative. Sometimes our emotions, mood, feelings, disposition can help us immensely. They help us be excited and leap at a new job opportunity or partner. Other times, they can destroy us, falling for scams, paying too much, buying a warranty we didn't need, or just not understanding what we're committing to. As with everything, the key is balance. Healthy individuals seek balance, alignment, or congruity between our emotions and our analytical patterns. Use your emotions to your advantage and activate your analytical mind to confirm things. This can be difficult. Emotion identification and self awareness. Start by identifying how you feel about something. Ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? What makes me feel like this? Make a regular practice of reviewing or assessing how emotions impact your outcomes every day. Review your choices each night and consider making appropriate changes for tomorrow if a similar situation arises. Journals can help, especially helpful for creating long-term memories and help us learn. If you can create self-awareness, you're in a much better place to know when not to make a decision. If you find yourself extremely emotional, try to practice decision abstinence. Abstain from making important life choices. Modulation, that's really good advice. If you're like really emotional, don't make big choices. Modulation and improvement. Once you identify how and why you're feeling a certain way and the impact you observe, work on improving your physiological responses to the emotions and practice deep breathing to get more oxygen flowing into the brain anytime you notice strong positive or negative emotions. Practice mindful observation because positive emotions can also lead you to making bad decisions. But people usually don't think about that. They think, oh, positive emotions are good. But positive emotions, that's how people trick you too. They get you to feel positive about something that you're gonna pull the rug out from under you. So practice mindful observation and listening to your thoughts. This can help us tune into our thoughts and feelings. Work on self-modulation and regulation of your emotion and regulating your emotions, and aim to gain insight from observing yourself regularly. When you do this, you keep yourself in a continuous improvement mode. Remember, you're in control. Taming your emotions can help you improve your decisions. So yeah, like stop, assess, analyze. There was a while in my life where I realized I had learned some bad lessons and I needed to unlearn them. And so as I was just living my day, I would analyze my reactions to things. I would analyze my responses to things, my behaviors, and go, why did I just do that? Where am I coming from? How do I feel? I try to analyze that and break it down and figure out if it's something I want to keep, I want to improve, I want to get, whatever I wanted, I'd focus on that. Trust me, you don't want to read or understand my mind. Choose the current population link. How do they know? I am doing okay. Have a rough start of the month. All right, you had a rough start of the month? Having a rough start. I'm sorry, Becky. I hope it goes better. It's, if you're having a rough start, that just means that maybe by the end of the month, it's going to there's a positive trajectory. I get totally blind when I get angry to the point I black out. Another personality takes over. When I'm angry and calm, I become real dangerous. The world is like it goes slow motion. Oh, like in Spider-Man? Sorry, Kitty Bear. Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, everyone has different reactions to stimuli. Something people forget too. World-o-meters. Oh, it's a world of meters. Yeah, I don't know how they do the current population thing. That's just weird. It happens when my angry personality works together with me. If get into fight doing that, I end up really depressed afterwards. That's rough, dude. I wonder how people are supposed to define really emotional. If rather emotionally flat, I'm rather emotionally flat most of the time. Well, yeah, but when you have also experienced extreme emotion, and if you were trying to make a big life choice in the midst of very strong emotions, you might make a bad choice because you're like, I don't even care about this. But you don't care about it now. 2 years from now, you're gonna fucking care that you did that. Like, man, I was depressed. I was dumb. Whatever happened to? It seemed like a really good idea at the time. It's nice to know why you get angry, but it's hard to explain how you woke up so angry you want to break everything in sight. Yeah, it is weird. I mean, not weird, but there is a lot. That's nuts, dude. Yeah, I would. That'd be a rough feeling because you can't even identify why you feel that way, so you can resolve it internally. Well, hopefully you don't have any more moments like that, in your life. So, to shift gears here, I'm gonna.
Oh, some niggas talking, but we hate the let's get it. Let's go. I don't want to rap no more. I don't want to rap no more.
I love that baby. I love his. Oh my god, dude. I sometimes go to bed totally happy and wake up just pissed off. Why is that, Kitty Bear? Is it your dreams? Like, does something happen in your dreams that makes you mad? Or is it like, wait, where does that come from? Have you tried meditating? I don't know if that helps you at all. It sounds like the spirit. Sounds like the spirit of Avenger, which destroys people's lives. Spirit. Oh, sorry. It sounds like the spirit of anger, which destroys people's lives. The spirit of Avenger, the spirit of anger. Yeah, dude. Oh wait, you know what? I need to move this one up here. The spirit of anger. Can someone come get the spirit of anger, please?
Somebody come get her, she dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get her, she
The past 8 years, I haven't had a dream I could remember. Yo, Kitty Bear, have you done mushrooms ever in your life? I'm pretty sure this is the response everyone gives. Oh, bro, those are illegal. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. They're illegal everywhere. I'm still asking the question because you can still get them. But I don't get why people answer that way. Those are illegal. I know that when I asked the question. Like, I saw you cross double yellows last week. So eat shit with this. Oh, it's illegal crap, okay? You made an illegal U-turn right after that. You did 2 illegal things without even blinking. You're over here, oh, mushrooms are illegal. I can say that I did make a small number of extremely bad choices in my youth. One when I was extremely happy. That one still depresses me every day. The others I have reconciled myself with. I hear you, man. Maybe my personalities got into a fight while I was asleep. Yeah, dude, what if you could do mushrooms and talk to them like manifestations, or like merge them all into yourself and become like one? Or fingers crossed, you unlock the ability to split yourself into 3 actual people, like the panda in Warcraft or whatever. He splits into 3 people. Right? That'd be cool. 7,974,058,700 and questions population of Earth right now, they say. It probably follows an algorithm of the average births and deaths per day. And then whenever it can update that actual information, it adjusts. Don't become one with demons, bro. Yeah, no, fuck demons. But like his own personalities, they're not demons. It's him. Different personalities. Is that multiple personalities syndrome, I think it's called, Erica? And so like because we've discussed this on the channel before, Kitty Bear's story. But yeah, we're not talking about demons. We're talking about like aspects of yourself. I will never do psychedelics. They make it worse, not better. How do you know? If you haven't done them, do you know people who have done them and like they're like, okay, I started with 3 personalities, now there are 10, but I can cook like a fucking champion now. That came out of nowhere. One of my personalities is a chef. That is what they want you to think. Well, that's a fair. That is a fair point there, Erica. That we a lot of times the things that we deal with and attribute to psychological phenomena or conditions might actually be people who are highly sensitive and able to interpret aspects of our reality that we don't currently deem, let's say, canon. Aspects of reality that are not canon to how we believe reality to be constructed. So then we go, you're clearly hallucinating. You're fucking, what's it called? The people who schizophrenic. There we go. You're schizophrenic, or you're whatever they get, and they drug them up and they toss them in a bin, and then that's it. They just forget about them, or they just treat them like that. They treat them like they're broken. But what if these people are not broken? They're more connected to the world. And so, yeah, what if multiple personality disorders could be different entities that have latched onto you? Or because it could be some kind of a psychological break of sorts. It really could be the way we interpret it, but it could also be other entities that are a part of you in some way or attached to you. So if Kitty Bear believes in that kind of thing, then I don't know who he would have to see about that, because we ain't got no Ghostbusters. But yeah, man, I guess that would be worth exploring, Kitty Bear. And maybe on psychedelics, you could you could feel it out and be like, hey, wait, you're not me. Get the fuck out of my head. Pop him in the nose and watch him not come back again. Fire! What's up, Captain Time Lord? But yeah, like I'm not like a professional or anything. It's just though I'm postulating based on my knowledge of these things. Yes, the clock at Worldometers is a real-time counter. Looks spasical. I have done them. My depressed part took over and decided to try an OD. No, thanks, never again. Oh. Well, what did you try? There is an expert in the field on YouTube. I'm trying to find the channel. Okay, cool. They are not broken. Yeah, I agree. Yay, I wrapped up to come here. Much more relaxing to let Kai do the work. How you doing? Hey, it's good to see you, man. I didn't realize you were live. I mean, like, I would have gone live anyway because it's my show time, but yeah. What is this? I'm gonna click this and watch it later. That looks dope. All right. Well, welcome, dude. I relate. My brain has broken from trauma. I have developed a dissociation disorder. Yeah, see, like that kind of thing happens. But that's why I'm thinking, like, there are times when we might be right about our assessments and diagnosis of things, but there are times when we could be, I mean, a lot of times I think where we're dead wrong, and people are describing things like, let's say, for example, Carl Jung, when he was still formulating his theories about the collective unconscious and stuff, he had a patient that said that he would see like a giant cock hanging from the sky, that it would swing, and whichever way it swing, the wind would blow. And he was like, okay then. Giant cock hanging from the sun. Gotcha. But then, not long after that, there was a discovery of like some ancient tribe somewhere that believed exactly that. They've been long gone, but that was exactly what he described, was what they believed and what they wrote about and what they drew to the T. Giant cock, the wind blows, etc. That was when he went, oh shit, there's no way that guy could have known this because this is new. This just dropped right now. And so that was some of the things that led to his understanding of the collective unconscious. So yeah, there are definitely things that people describe in their schizophrenia that sound not like hallucinations. And sometimes they say very specific things. I started with having ADHD/autism, and how my mother treated me broke my mind into multiple personalities. Okay. Yeah, see, like that happens sometimes. Ahoy, captain and crew. Hey, Mario Fernandez. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Chewbacca man. Chewbacca man. What's up, Elroy Shredding? You call me Chewbacca man because I'm all hairy? Whatever my mental issues are, my latest solution is writing a comic book, and it works for me. Nice, dude. That's freaking awesome. Good luck. How's that? How far along are you? Energizing mental sanity. Jerry Marzinski. Highly recommend for a new take on schizophrenia or things similar. Okay. Is he on YouTube? Engineering mental sanity. Okay, engineering mental sanity. That's what you meant. So, Eve, is this the channel? Engineering. Oh, sanity, engineering. Okay. I'm going lurk mode. All right, Pop Cotton. Cheers, man. Awesome way to handle things productively, Time Lord. Very positive. Kitty Bear, just have a look at Jerry Mazinski if you're interested. Estamos bien, Kai. Qué bueno, qué bueno. I am fine as of now. I am happy as I am. I'm not going to do anything I could risk messing that up. Just because I sometimes wake up angry. I can deal with that. All right. Oh, Jerry Mazinski. He's on BitchTube. BitChute. BitchTube. Jerry's on BitChute. Okay. Ay. Z. Mario Fernandez. Ooh, who's that? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna play a little clip real quick here. What's it gonna be? Ah, there we go.
You win. Perfect.
Ah. I made a big entrance and shit. All right. On bit what? I think it was called BitchTube. Researchers discover how nearly everybody can increase their lifespan. Osaka University researchers discovered that adjusting lifestyle behaviors can have a significant impact on lifespan, even in those with chronic health issues. Ever since the beginning of civilization, humans have wanted to live longer, whether it be the Fountain of Youth, Gilgamesh's secret plan of immortality, or the elixir of life. The idea of immortality is incredibly relevant in humanity's oldest, most well-known stories. Unfortunately, immortality is only a myth. The average lifespan in the United States is nearly 79 years, and is unlikely to increase dramatically in the next few years. Still, scientists have been researching how to increase our longevity and have found promising results. Idioms and proverbs emphasizing the significance of good health have been passed down for centuries. many emphasize how closely health is linked to happiness and the ability to live a full and joyful life. A study published in the Age of Aging on May 11th, 2022 by the Japan Cohort Study Group at Osaka University examined the impact of adjusting lifestyle habits on life expectancy from middle age onward. The researchers discovered that adopting 5 or more healthy lifestyle behaviors boosted life expectancy even in those over the age of 80, and importantly, including those with chronic conditions. So, wow, look at this drop off here between men and women. Look at that. That's so weird. 7.8. Estimation for lifetime gain, intervals of confidence. According to the number of... I can't read the rest of the caption. Lifespan is influenced by social factors such as socioeconomic level, policy factors such as subsidized healthcare access, and lifestyle factors such as diet and exercise. The current study used a baseline survey from JACC study, a large research effort involving 49,021 people, performed in 45 locations in Japan from 1988 to 1990. The goal was to learn about what variables that led to cancer and cardiovascular disease death. Therefore, the questionnaire included questions on diet, exercise, alcohol use, smoking status, sleep duration, and body mass index. Each healthy activity was given a point, and the impact of changing these lifestyle habits on the expected lifetime was evaluated. So, let me see. The study continued until 2009, by which time almost 9,000 of the individuals had died. The results were very clear. A high number of modified healthy behaviors was directly associated with great longevity for both men and women. The lifetime gains were highest for reducing alcohol intake, not smoking, losing weight, and increasing sleep, adding up to 6 years of life for healthy 40-year-olds. This benefit was prominent even among older individuals, 80 or more, and those with one or more major, comorbidities, including cancer, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, diabetes, and kidney disease. And in each life stage from middle age onward, this is a particularly important finding given that the prevalence of chronic disease has increased globally and is a major cause of death in older populations. This is one of the first studies to measure the impact of improvements and health behavior among older individuals in a country with a national life expectancy achieving almost 85 years. Damn. That's 07 or more. That's crazy. Look at the difference here. It's a jump. The finding that lifestyle improvements have a positive impact on health despite chronic health conditions and older age is an empowering one, especially given the increasing prevalence of chronic conditions and longer life. The findings of this study will contribute to the design of future healthcare settings, public health approaches, and policies that work in partnership with patients and promote healthy lifestyle. So yeah, those like you can gain a half a decade or a decade even with good habits. Oh yeah, I accidentally clicked that. All right, this is the next one. I'm just gonna pause here for a minute. Let me see what we got. Boop 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 boop. Besides, if become normal again, I will have to work because I wouldn't be legally insane anymore. He's on this platform too. People get attached to their demons sometimes. Yeah, that's true. They can't. They become dependent. He proves negativity. Wait. Erica Gardens. Marzinski proves negative voices in one's head are demons and that they live off our negative emotions. Proves it. Marzinski proves it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, there it is. Demons are real. Psychiatric hospitals. The voices, schizophrenics here. Schizophrenia, possession, and the freedom. Okay. Dope. I'm gonna watch the shit out of these. Because that's cool. Proves it. That's bad. Okay, that's badass. More like returning to story, you know, spinning in the chair. Returning to the story. Kai's random book plug. Apparently, there's no longer necessary. Just see the pinned message he has included. Every author deserves some kind of recognition. Pick up your copy. Don't miss out. Thank you, One Man Show. I appreciate that. Yes, they pretend they are you, spiritual parasites. Okay. Yo, Kitty Bear. I mean, maybe check out that channel and see if any of it resonates with you. If you feel it in your heart, you're like, that sounds exactly right. What the fuck? Then maybe you might get some new weapons in the battle against in the battle that you're stuck in. Who knows? Seriously, you trust Japanese on longer living, the country with the highest self-deletions? Well, the ones that don't okay, think about this, Kitty Bear. Even with the highest self-deletions in youth, they still have a higher life expectancy on average by like a decade. So yeah, bro, it's just pretty intense. If there was no if there was a regular average of self-deletions, that average might be a little bit higher. Might be 87 years, 88, 89. Tasty ramen soup, nothing fancy or over involved. How relaxing. Is that what you're eating? Nice. Yeah, I have a specific ramen that I like, and I have a couple left. I think one or two. I need to order more, but it's good stuff. If you trust that, then I did really well in living longer than expected. My first shrink warned my parents when I was 14 that I wouldn't make it past 20. But what the fuck? Why? What does he think you're gonna do between 14 and 20 that you're gonna get yourself killed? I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna go and run off a cliff chasing a butterfly, man. I don't know. Shows the skill level of the average shrink. Yeah, for real. Have you updated the ebook yet? No, I have not. Thank you, One Man Show. I need to do that. My voice isn't. Oh fuck. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that this week. I'm trying to finish the short story for this month because I need to get that out as soon as possible. It's already almost the middle of the month, so I'm trying to get that out this week. But yeah, I brought out the book with all the notes in it, with all the edits. So I need to go through that. But I have it right here next to me, ready to go. Voices in your head are your own thoughts. Just because there's more than one doesn't mean they ain't yours. That's the thing, Kitty Bear. Haven't you heard of? We've talked about Sasquatch here on the channel. I don't know if you're here those days, but we've talked about Sasquatch and how Sasquatch can talk to you in your head. They can mind speak. They have telepathy, and so people report alien encounters where they use telepathy, and a number of other things where beings use telepathy. It's a very common, I think it's probably the most common form of communication out in the world. Sometimes people think that their dogs or their pets can communicate telepathically because they'll think something and their animal will react like they said something. You know, like if you say, let's go on a walk, and your dog's like, or like, oh, I gotta walk down to it, and your dog gets all excited. No, not walk, buddy. Shit. But like, if they react like that, and you were just thinking like, we should go for a walk, and then your dog walks up with the leash, it's like, bro, did you fucking hear that? So just because the voice in your head is usually yours doesn't mean it always is. There are beings that live off of our energy and that fuck with us, that put ideas in our head, not even thoughts. They'll put ideas in our head that then we think about and depress us because they want to feed off of that. That's a thing that's out there. I'm just saying, what if this guy can prove that you can actually get rid of these things and not be legally insane, right? Because the demons try to end you. Sounds accurate. Sounds in line with what Kitty Bear described. Jerry said they are assigned to destroy a specific person. And where there's one, there are usually many. That's like fucking cockroaches. Because I was manic depressed till I was 14 years ago. Well, that's how they get in, man. That's how they get in, is through negative emotions. Oh no. Cookie. I dropped a cookie. Or a chunk of it. I don't know where to put this. Shit. 1 second. I need to make a run to the trash can. All right, let's do let's do this one.
Category is people who annoy you. Niggers! Huh?
Oh, naggers, of course. Naggers. Right.
Can we cut to,
All right. There we go. I'm back. Oops, wait. Is a short story about the Mohawk Revolution. Nah. I'm trying to get my new writing project rolling. Not sure how to put those first 5 pages together. I've rewritten half a dozen times, but none of the approaches work for me. Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to figure out the logistics of starting. Try summarizing the beats that you need to hit and then breaking it down from there. Like, go like, all right, so like, step 1, meet these people, introduced to this thing, go here, go there, this happens, and then this is where I feel comfortable starting the story. So just kind of outline it for yourself, and then like try to break down those elements like Legos, so you can put it together in your head before you start writing it. I don't know if that might be helpful, but voice to skull electronic communications. Yeah, that too. Actually, you're right. I forgot about that. That is a thing. There is technology, Kitty Bear, where people can aim a sound very precisely, and they can shoot it directly into your skull, so it resonates in your skull. You hear it like it's in your, like it's coming into your ears, but it's in your, it's reverberating inside you. So they can actually get you to, they can talk to you, a human person, no telepathy necessary, can fuck with you like that. Kitty Bear, your thoughts are not your own. Question every thought. Yeah, man, that's the other thing. When you absolutely accept these negative thoughts as your own, then you lose the ability to resist them, because now they're a part of you, because you accepted them as part of you. But when you accept them as not a part of you, you can fight them off. Man was given dominion over the earth, including the ability to control animals. Try doing that with my hungry lion. See where it gets you. Some people never hear their own thoughts. They speak when they think. If a person like that suddenly hears their own voice in their head, they do not realize it's their thoughts. They go nuts. What? Really? That's weird. Who doesn't hear their own thoughts? They just speak. My dad is constantly tormented by demons. He does not believe in spiritual realm. He believes his own mind is broken, but it is not. What does your dad see? Damn, I wish I had a cookie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Eric. I also have chocolate covered almonds. I only have 4 of these left. What is so your dad sees demons and stuff? Why doesn't he believe in the spiritual realm? What's his angle? What does he believe? Maybe yeah, talk to me, Erica, if you're cool with it. I'm curious. I want to dig into this one. Dang, I wish I had a cookie. Nope, no cookies for me for the rest of the week. Ah, man, did Catherine eat them all? They get in through drugs too. Marzinski talks about it being most commonly found in amphetamine addicts. Really? Amphetamine addicts. So they're like a gateway for the demons to be messing with your mind. Interesting. I love Past Me. Past Me is such a G. I packed myself a bowl like a fucking doll. I'm gonna do something nice for me later. All right. Yo, I like this topic. We could just stay on this for a little bit. But hold on. I need to hit this bowl real quick. So it's time, baby. It's time. What time is it? Where's another monster? I wish another monster was here because I know this is what he wants. Now I want to give the people what they want. Funny thing about science is supposed to lead to. Oh wait, I need to. That's way ahead. Way ahead. I'm back here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's forget all our problems for a second and then go back to talking about demons.
Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Helps me forget about my cancer.
Oh shit. Already over, is it? Ah, stupid kid. You're supposed to take longer.
Where is that pussy cancer anyway? Well, we couldn't find cancer, but we found a man with cancer. Take that, cancer! And that...
Whew. All right. Was just on John Malin's, and they were talking with a girl with autism, and even direct communication wasn't enough for her to understand everything. Yeah, that's the way they perceive things is different. The thoughts were my own. They were caused by the beatings I got from my mother, combined with brain damage from an accident. It led to split personalities. Kitty Bear, we understand the medical diagnosis. What we're saying is that the medical diagnosis ignores the spiritual realm and the greater reality that we don't see and we don't study. So what if this is the explanation that we've come up with because we're ignoring other possibilities? What if through that trauma, through that pain and those negative feelings and stuff, some kind of an entity did attach itself to you to feed off those emotions? What if that possibility is out there? That would mean that you can actually rid yourself of these thoughts. But if you're not open to even listening to that or doing the research or just like seeing, let's see what this guy has to say. It's like when someone says, hey, like, so and so, like, hey, I have cancer. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, oh, it's cool. I'm like, are you doing chemo? Like, nah, man, I'm doing something else. Like, what are you doing? I'm doing this sound wave thing. You're doing a sound wave thing? Yeah. Why are you doing a sound wave thing? Oh, because, and by the way, I'm just making this, I'm pulling shit out of my ass here. Oh, because they've learned that sound waves actually, no, there is a thing that you can use resonant frequencies to kill specific cells. So, oh, they use the resonant frequencies to like kill the cancer cells. And then once they get it down to about 20%, the body takes care of the rest. And so then I don't have to do any chemo, yada, yada, yada. And your friend's like, but that's how you fight cancer is with chemo. You know, okay, but there's this other science that we can apply to cancer. We're going to try that instead. Then I'm not injecting myself with like poison and exposing myself to radiation. And they say, but chemo is how you fight cancer. And you're like, I just explained to you it's may not be the only way. And unless I try this, I'm not going to find out. And the guy goes, but chemo is how you fight cancer. Like, don't be that guy. What if the other thing might work? Then isn't it worth a try? Because you don't always make it through chemo. If the new thing doesn't work, well, then you've still got chemo. It's an option. Kitty Bear, I'm very sorry to hear that, but check out Marzinski. Kitty Bear, are you plus ultra? Hey, awesome one. That's funny. Voice to Skull is real tech. Yeah, I know it's real tech. I wasn't like joking. That's why I was explaining how it works. At the age of 10, my brother said my name while we were watching a cartoon, and my mother smashed me in the face with a frying pan. Did he say your name to get your attention so you wouldn't get smashed? Not really helpful, but still appreciated. Clearly, your mother had issues. Voice to Skull biz 30 or more years. Voice to Skull? No. That's in use right now. 30 or more years before it's public. Okay. Emotional trauma has been proven create a physical traumatic brain injury as well. What am I show? Yes, she was. Science. That is a key to change the thoughts, is to rebuke them, tell them they are lies. Yeah, exactly. There are people that have had experiences where as soon as the person goes, like tells the thoughts or tells the dream person or tells whatever it is, like, no, I don't need you, leave me alone, and like fuck off, and they never hear from it again. They're like, I stopped having that dream. I just stopped seeing that person in my dreams because that wasn't your dreams. That was an entity fucking with your head. Or it was that voice wasn't a voice in your head. It was a voice of an entity whispering in your ear, and you telling them, and you asserting yourself with your willpower and telling them to go away. Sometimes those voices are really real. Everything else is science. When I have an unusual negative thought, yeah, another thing, Eve, like you said about science, what Kitty Bear is saying about his diagnosis, that's psychology. We don't know everything that we know about psychology is essentially theoretical, and it's different for every person. So they explicitly, the psychology's entire approach is that everything comes from within your own head. There's no telepathy, there's no outside voices, things like that. But in the last 30, 40 years, we've gradually become more aware of other phenomena like past lives, future lives, past life regression, things like that, where people heal from trauma that they've carried over from past lives. And so it's possible to to carry over trauma from past lives and have to deal with. That's why some people have anxiety. That's why some people have a fear of certain things. Because let's say arachnophobia, maybe a spider killed you. Fear of heights, maybe you fell to your death. Things like that. And so there's a book that was recommended to me, Many Lives, Many Masters, and it was about a psychologist a clinical psychologist, Ivy League status and shit, who had a patient that he did hypnotherapy and stuff. So he had a patient he was working with, and eventually he kind of hit a wall. So he's like, let's do some hypnotherapy. And then they unlocked some memories that she had, like, she had just tucked them away way back there. So they unlocked some memories of abuse and stuff from when she was little. And so then she cried and, like, she dealt with that. And she moved forward and she improved, but not really a whole lot. A lot of her issues were still there. So he's like, well, I guess let's keep trying. Like, maybe there's more in there. We clearly found some big shit here. Like, maybe there's more. He's like, all right. So they kept doing it. And this is in the 80s. So they kept doing it. And then one time she started describing, and this is the kind of thing we usually talk about on Fridays, but she started describing someone else's life. She was describing a memory, and then as he's, like, listening, he's like, this isn't her life. What? And so he starts asking questions, and she's describing this other person's life with details, like very specific details. And he asks who she is and etc. And he's like, what the fuck is going? What is she saying? She's not lying. Like, she's hypnotized. Yeah, she's hypnotized. And but she was being consistent with everything she was saying. And then she described dying. Like, it was something happened and she died. And then what's it called? When she woke up, they talked about it, and she, like, the next time that she came back, she was a lot better. Like, there was a distinct improvement in her everything and all the issues that she was there for. Or not in all the issues, but in certain issues. No, I think there was an overall improvement. But there was specific things that she was like, that's not a problem anymore. Yeah, I'm good. That doesn't bother me. And then so they kept doing it. And he was like, okay, I don't know what the fuck that was, but I can see that you're better. So let's try it again. So they kept doing it. And he came to the conclusion that she was living past lives because of the descriptions that she was giving. She's like, these are like hundreds of years ago. And so he did his due diligence, he did his research, and he looked up the things that she was saying, and she was on the money, and she didn't know shit about ancient cultures. And so he would ask her when she woke up sometimes about ancient cultures, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so eventually he started an ascended master was talking through her to him. So she would go into hypnotherapy. She would regress to a past life. She would experience that past life. She would die in that past life. And then she would kind of be silent. And then, like, another entity would come in and start using her to speak. And he would talk to him, the therapist, and he was like, what? And her voice was like husky and talking like this, and like, so then what would happen is he would have a session with her where she would, like, live another life and die, and then he would talk to this other entity that was talking to him. He's like, look, you're gonna do some shit, all right? And right now, this is the beginning of it. And so like that became a thing. So that guy then had to like, as an Ivy League psychotherapist, he's like, okay, fuck. So past lives and this guy. but yeah, so essentially it went against everything that was taught. So it took him a while to process everything and let it sink in before he started writing about it. Once he felt it was the time to write about it, he started and he did his research on a lot of stuff. So then he started writing about about his time with her and that experience and learning all that stuff. So essentially he's like science, this is proven by like looking up matching information. This is on the money. There's no way this can be fake. And he's a scientist, like he's a psychiatrist or a psychologist, Ivy League. And so yeah, like there are definitely, if you actually go looking, there is a lot of very credited evidence that these things are real, that there are non-corporeal entities all around us all the time. When I have an unusual negative thought, I know I am under spiritual attack, so I say the Lord's Prayer or sing Amazing Grace. Ah, nice. That's a good trick. I've actually heard of a number of Sasquatch stories where people start singing a song about God or praying to God, and the whatever creature is harassing them, it's because it's not just Bigfoot. There's other stuff out there, but whatever a creature is harassing them backs off. They don't fuck with that. It sounds like hair like my father, but he wasn't into frying pans. He preferred lashy things. Frying pan. Hold on. Where is it? Where's the frying pan? Son of a bitch, I don't have it here yet. Oh man. I thought I brought over that clip of the grandpa with the frying pan hitting the alligator. Shit, I don't have it. Well, you know what I do have though.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? What? You fucking cockfucker? What the fuck you think you're doing? I'm
sneezing.
Fucking filthy, dirty fucking cockfucker.
Funny thing about science, it's supposed to lead to a conclusion which involves questions of doubt, unlike modern science. He told me that his mind is on a constant loop of shame. He has never told me he has seen them, but I'd be surprised if he has never. Because I accept the fact he's in a constant loop of shame. Well, that might be like something. Or your mind is your greatest weapon and your greatest enemy, and so you gotta believe in yourself first and foremost. You gotta believe and get out of that, like those those negative thoughts that you put yourself through. If it is really you, and if it's something else, still that same energy, that same attitude, and that conviction to rid yourself of this concept that's holding you down and hurting your life is necessary. Yeah, you gotta have that conviction. Because I accepted the fact the voices in my head are mine. The depression went away. The non-stop fighting in my head stopped, and now I can actually have normal conversations in my head. All right. Balls for bowls. Elbow cuffs. Cancel Cancer to skull technology. Wi-Fi. Always Satan. Just one bigger to brighten up your day. PCU. Just one banger to brighten up your day. What if linear time isn't really a thing? It's not. It's just how we experience it in the frame of thought that we're in. But time goes both ways. The equations for time work in they don't just work in one direction. Don't worry, demonic oppression will increase as we turn away from the Holy Spirit and truth. A will, like future tense? Always Satan or his minions. Frying pan to skull technology. It causes brain trauma. Plus, there was an accident. Even if you got better of illness, you still deserve lifetime compensation and assistance, in my opinion. I can't do that because that will trigger my paranoia, which leads to triggering all other stuff. Okay, I got you. But exposure to radiation gives you superpowers. Marzinski said he was confronted by one of these voices in A Patient. Oh, crazy. Check out the new book, Return of the Gods. It's about how we are returning to worship old gods, demons, and how we can prepare for the increase of demons and prepare for return of Christ. Again, I am happy and I am stable. Again, I will not mess with my mental stability. Yeah, okay. I got you, man. I still like want to discuss the concept. I'm not trying to tell you to do anything you don't want to do, but I like talking about it because it is a thing that I've been thinking about, and so I want to I want to discuss it with other people, all the possibilities. An entity will take any energy force that he is allowed to. If you pass a bad energy, it will try to suck up any energy a human emits. If it worms in any way, throw them away. What, throw away the human? Or throw away the demon? Or the energy? Marzinski talks about being confronted by a voice in A Patient who angrily asked him, "Who are you to F with our way of life?" Wow. Really? Wow, dude. That's crazy. And then the phantom voice goes away, changes his clothes, practices an accent, and returns as someone else. I fear being known. What do you mean by that? Like people understanding you? Or like people knowing who you are? The only thing in the world I fear is myself, because I know that I know what I can do to others and myself. One of the main reasons we do not mess with the balance I have. Yeah, I got you. That could be a demon describing a life they were around. Could be describing a life they were around. That is understandable. Kitty Bear, you go with what works for you. Disregard the rest. Maybe she was watching that person's YouTube channel back in the 1700s. We are on frequencies where we humans cannot see the things that are there, the here and now, because we don't know how to see other layers of frequencies. Yeah, and I think there are a lot of things that are being explicitly blocked by us, and history that's been changed to make us believe things that are not true, essentially. Kitty Bear, do you know our Lord Jesus started a conversation with him today? He will listen and help you if you ask him. Call now. Reading the Psalm 23 is supposed to have an amazing effect. Is it an amazing effect if you have a spiraling out of control issue with the voices? It is a tool for emergencies. It's supposed to have an amazing effect. Huh. That's cool. I don't know how many times people have tried to change or fix me. It was all laughable. Run to Christ. When I died, it was all black and peaceful. So peaceful, I wanted to go back there. The reason why why the shrink told my parents I wouldn't make it past 20. When I died, it was all black and peaceful. Oh, okay, I see. Didn't get help, and the beating didn't stop. Okay, I see. Did she ever do? So what happened if the beating didn't stop? What did they? He didn't call the police or anything for abuse. Did she ever do the he fell down the stairs thing? Run a crisis, Fernando. I'll pray for you. One man show. Yes, she kicked me down twice. Second time I rolled through the window of the front door. Where's based old man Kai? He's here, just chilling. I mean, like, if I have something to say as old man Kai, I'll just switch over to old man Kai. But like, old man Kai isn't particularly knowledgeable about the spirituality and esoteric. I thought she might have. All our doors were windowless. Imagine had we been taught truthfully and how amazing the power of the mind, the brain is over our bodies instead of the stuff they created, reparations. Yeah, for real. You know what? There's old technology too that used to keep people healthy. Like they had those old heaters or air conditioners. I think it was air conditioners because people get sick during the winter or during the summer. Yeah, they were heaters. You seen one of them in like what's that Jet Li movie in Paris, France, with the prostitute and all the kung fu and stuff. She's attached to a heater, and I think that's the type they have like this bar, and those used to ionize the air, and so that used to keep people healthy. That used to help kill bacteria and viruses in the air and stuff. So there's a lot of old technology used to keep people healthy, aside from just our lifestyle and habits. Sorry, Kai, I can't put aside my conviction that the majority of people suck. I live next to Jesus. He is from Africa. If I told you why he came to my country, you will say that that can't be true. You must forgive yourself. Say it out loud so any evil may hear, whether you believe in them or not. Spoken word is powerful. Yes, abracadabra. Through my words, I create reality. Is that what it is? Abracadabra meaning? A word said by language, typically. Abracadabra. Means I will create as I speak. I create like the word. I create as I speak. Abracadabra. Words have impact. It's the path of creation comes through your heart and mind, and then out your mouth, and then onto something physical, and then something physical is built, etc., etc. So I guess you could skip the talking about it. If there's no one around, you could just go like, oh, hey, what if I do this? And then you do that. But if you make assertions, if you put something out in the universe, you go, this is how I'm going to do this. This is what's going to happen, etc., etc. That has a lot of power. It has a lot of energy. The spoken word is powerful. When people say really nasty stuff, that's why you got to be careful. When people say really nasty stuff, they're actually putting intention into the world for shitty things to happen to people. It's messed up. Yes, loudly spoken words have the power to get you arrested, harassed, assaulted, abused, or any other number of things. Great show today, Captain Kai. Thank you, Mario. The frying pan didn't give brain damage. Me running into a moped as a little kid did. I got launched, hit the ground with such force that my head stopped and my skull cracked, leaving me with brain damage. Avoidant attachment style. Can you comment on screen? Can your comment on screen is blurry? Not the chat box. Okay, I got you. I mean, I guess that's YouTube. I can't do nothing about that. History is written by the victors. Truth rarely enters into its composition. Oops, now you're out of focus. I'm not getting a connection issues up here. And over here on my end, it looks fine. Focus, Kai. I'm focused. By the way, PCU is great movie, ahead of its time, very close to my college experience. PCU? What is that? See how easy the power of the air tries to disturb conversations when Jesus gets mentioned? Easy the power of the air? What do you mean the power of the air? Tries to disturb conversations when Jesus gets involved. Is Old Man Kai an altar? An altar? What do you mean an altar? I mention him all day. I made it past 20 because at 18 I got locked up in the mental hospital and my mother died. I got the help and the beatings ended. Jesus, dude. I'm sorry that didn't happen sooner. Thank goodness. I'm glad you got help, Kitty Bear. As a man thinks, so is he. No one has authority over you, save for your creator, anymore. Mm-hmm. No, wait. There's another one here. Satan is known as the prince of the power of the air, Sir Kai. Oh, really? He's an airbender? The prince of the power of the air. I've never heard that before. Sasha Fierce is Beyonce's altar. Roman is Nicki Minaj's altar. Oh, alter, A-L-T-E-R. Wait. Right? What's, yeah, I mean, you're going to have to explain. If I had known at the age of 18, having 3 voices in my head wasn't normal, I might have been better off sooner. You would have known I might have had a split personality. Instead, that was only found out in 2008 after the OD. Guy, are you familiar with the Rastafarian concept of word sound have power, where the spoken word is considered to have actual power and physical consequences? I am familiar with that concept. I didn't know it was a Rastafarian concept. But yeah. Yeah, I know. I know about that. Words are powerful. That's why I wrote a book. Yes, look it up. Satan known by many names. Some bad. Isn't that called vibrational physics? Which part? I've been talking about vibrations a lot. I talked about resonant, using vibrations to hit a resonant frequency for a cell to shake it, to unravel it, to destroy it. But yeah, man, words affect the world around you. With a few words, you can completely change someone's day. You can change the outcome of a situation. Things can manifest straight up. Yes, look. Oh, irony. Father of lies could have to do with the effect of sound waves on physical object and phenomenon. Oh, okay. The phrase, you're going to speak it into being, is a real thing, my brother. Jesus next door does voodoo. It's funny when Jehovah Witnesses ring his doorbell. Oh, man. That's good shit. They're... Oh, man. I don't have anything for Mormons. Oh well. In voodoo. That's why you best watch your tongue. Mm-hmm. You gotta have discipline. You gotta have mental discipline, so you don't speak. The wrong. You don't speak wrong. Okay. The last article that I have on the title is The End of Baldness, the chemical controlling life and death in hair follicles identified. So most cells in the human body have a specific form and function determined during embryonic development that does not change. For example, a blood cell cannot turn into a nerve cell or vice versa. Stem cells, however, are like the black tiles in a game of Scrabble. They can turn into other types of cells. Their adaptability makes them useful for repairing damaged tissue and organs. In science fiction, when characters heal quickly from injuries, the idea is that stem cells are allowed it, said UC Riverside mathematical biologist and study co-author Quick Swan Wang. In real life, our new research gets us closer to understanding stem cell behavior so that we can control it and promote wound healing. This research is detailed in a recent biophysical journal article. The liver and stomach regenerate themselves in response to wounds. However, Wang's team studied hair follicles because they're the only organ in humans that regenerates automatically and periodically, even without injury. The researchers determined how a type of protein, TGF-A beta, controls the process by which cells in hair follicles, including stem cells, divide and form new cells, or orchestrate their own death, eventually leading to the death of the whole hair follicle. Okay. TGF beta has two opposite roles. It helps activate some hair follicle cells to produce new life, and later it helps orchestrate apoptosis, the process of cell death. As with many chemicals, it is the amount that makes the difference. If the cell produces a certain quantity of TGF beta, it activates cell division. Too much of it, it causes apoptosis. No one is entirely sure why follicles kill themselves. Some hypotheses suggest it is an inherited trait from animals shedding fur to survive hot summer temperatures or trying to camouflage. Even when a hair follicle kills itself, it never kills its stem cell reservoir. When the surviving stem cells receive the signal to regenerate, they divide, make new cells, and develop into a new follicle. So we have stem cells at the base of our hairs. If scientists can determine more precisely the way TGF beta activates cell division and how the chemical communicates with other important genes, it might be possible to activate follicle stem cells and stimulate growth. Because many animals, including humans, possess skin covered with hair, perfect wound healing would require regeneration of hair follicles. Being able to more precisely control levels of TGF beta could also one day cure baldness, which bothers millions of people all over the world. Potentially, our work could offer something to help people suffering from a variety of problems. So yeah, baldness be coming to an end soon. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dun 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 da da. I can't wait for One Piece to get to where the manga's at. Oh my god, dude. Wait, where am I? Jesus. Okay, there we are. That's how you best watch your tongue. Here they say we come to bring you Jesus, and he says, "I'm already home. No, leave me, or I use my voodoo to curse you." It makes me laugh every time. Still haven't managed to create a stack, that stack of ancient Roman coins I've been after. Maybe I'm phrasing it incorrectly. Clearly. Exactly. Things manifest from spoken word very often. Did you check that new law in Chicago yet, Kai? I thought you were joking, Eve, because I looked it up when you brought it up and I didn't see anything about it. It was something about some guy named Mohawk, something Mohawk or whatever that was in trouble or some shit. Words do indeed manifest in reality. I told you that if you want me to see something, send it to me. Send me a link on Instagram or Twitter or something. Words do indeed manifest in reality. That is spelling. Someone has a real obsession with hair. Oh, those sweet commercial applications. Sorry, but who gives a flying fuck if you are bald or not? The only downside of being bald is sunburn on your head. Some people are super insecure about it, but not Tori. Well, this steamer trunk of non-sequentially numbered $100 bills didn't work out. I thought gold might be simpler. Never having to cut your hair saves a lot of money. Never having to brush your hair saves a lot of time. When I don't have this, I'm bald. I just go straight bald. And then I let it grow out a little bit and I cut it like this. Oh my god, I need to uncross my legs. Tori spelling. What about Tori spelling? All right, there we go. I was joking about the Mohawk law, silly rabbit, but there is a new law. Did I throw you for a loop? No, there's no law. Like I looked it up and they said on the stream, like, hey, I don't see no law. So based on my last haircut 8 years ago, I'd have to agree with the money saving thing. Huh. See, I just bought clippers for $20. They last me a few years. So instead of paying $20 one time to go get a haircut, I'm paying it to cut it for the next couple of years. Or $30 depending on which, or $40 maybe if it's a really good one or some shit. But right there you save yourself a lot of money. Never having to buy brushes and combs saves a lot of money. All that money you can buy beer from instead. Yeah, man, you gotta think about what you want, where your priorities are, where you want to spend your money. It's important. If you don't analyze that, you're gonna end up just running in a hamster wheel your whole life, and that's not fun. That's no fun. Oh man, I really did that. I said spinning in a hamster wheel when I could have done this here. Where is it? There it is.
Somebody come get her, she dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get her, she
Tori Spelling knows nothing of magic. Ironic, don't you think? I wanted to use my money to buy a couple of copies of Face Cream Domino, so I did. Oh, thanks, One Man. Wait, what? Didn't I just send you one of those One Man Show? Why did you buy a couple copies? Well, thank you, man. But I just sent you a signed one of the second edition. Ay, ay, ay. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hold on. Where's... Oh, yeah, I got one for that. You bought the paperback and the ebook of the first... Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I remember. Okay, I got you. Okay, I remember. So this is I already knew about that. All right. I thought you had recently bought 2 more copies. I was like, why? That's so much for no reason. Kitty bear. And not having to wash your hair saves you the most money of all. For that, you can buy gin instead. Oh, man. You know, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm pretty tired. It was a long night last night. And I slept all right, but not like great. So yeah, I think I'm gonna zonk out right now because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling pretty heavy. Not having to wash your hair. Oh wait. Is that crowd on our side? Hell yeah. Oh no, I have enough copies of book 1. All right. I'm gonna get out of you guys' hair. What's that, Eve?
Eve, you wanted to say goodbye? Let me say goodnight to the old man. All right, Eve. It's been a pleasure. Hugs and kisses. You sleep tight. I hope you sleep like a sweet little gumdrop. You take care. I'll see you Wednesday. And I guess on Wednesday I'll let you guys know if there will be a Friday show or not. But until then, good night, sir. Good night, madam. Young ladies. And gentlemen as well. Good night, everyone. It's been fun. What was the thing at the beginning of the stream? Happy birthday, Super Mario. Yeah, that was it. I remember the Nintendo Entertainment System. Oh, I played the hell out of that Super Mario. Old man Chupacabra. Good night, Chats and Kai. Good night, Eve. Sven Golly says, don't be a George Martin. Book 2. I've got a lot of work to do. The Imperfects. Erica Gardens, good night. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Love that I was going, oh, thanks, Eve. You're great, too. All right, see ya.
Second star to the right. And straight on till morning.
Set a course. For home.
I'm reading an ion storm on that trajectory, sir. Should I go around it?
We can't be afraid of the wind, Ensign. Take us to Warp 4.
It is the unknown that defines our existence. We are constantly searching, not just for answers to our questions, but for new questions. We are explorers. We explore our lives, day by day. And we explore the galaxy, trying to expand the boundaries of our knowledge. And that is why I am here. Not to conquer you with weapons or with ideas, but to coexist and learn.
Let's see what's out there. Engage.